Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Pillars of Eternity. So, I found the spot in the manor where the key should have been, but it was missing. So I'm assuming that means that they're already in the mausoleum. So, and now I can open it. So I assume I'm on the right track here. And there she is.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Okay. The little girl cowers at the back of the tomb. Her face is streaked with dirt, and even in the shadows you can tell she's far too thin. She watches you holding your breath. It's all right. You're safe. She inches into the candlelight. Her clothes are little more than filthy rags now, but ripped and stained fabric looks like embroidered silk. You have to be quiet. Noise brings the hungry people. Medicio, how did she survive in this place? My name is Seda. Are you hiding from them too? She watches the door of the vault, her eyes wide and careful. Tell me what happened to you. Be strong. Think back to how this started. There was a big noise and light in the sky. Everyone thought it was a storm, but then people started waking up. After they died, I mean. She twists her shredded sleeve into knots. Mother and Father and Emilio boarded up the door, but the hungry people found our house. They fought, but the hungry people always get up again. They broke through the door, and Mother told me to hide. And then I came here to hide, but the door got stuck, and I didn't know when it would be safe outside. You're Seda. I came across some Dargles in a house. You saw Mother and Father and Emilio? How did you get away? Those aren't your parents anymore. You need to get out of here. Safe? Are there hungry people out there? It's still dangerous, but the path to the main gate should be clear. Run for it. I won't let anything catch me. I promise.
Keeping an eye out.
Finished.
What? Why is there something? Oh, I guess it was the girl still.
Nice and slow.
This one on the candles are the odds and ends of a patchwork family memorial. Valian Lucis, a cameo. She a woman firing a turquoise necklace. And now that you're gone, little girl, I'm going to loot your vault. Oh, that was a difficulty 8 trap. Oh, these are not consumed upon use? Summon Audra Beetle. These two use scrolls. I use traps. These three use food. I'm going to give this to him. Do I have another one of these? I do. Guess I could give one to her. Okay. Should probably be using those. All right.
Course.
Into the tower. So let's see, I could rest. Then I lose my Vixen's Burrow resting bonus. And I think I can go a little bit longer without resting. Still have plenty of spells left. Nobody's too badly injured. My monk is in the yellow. But I think she'll still be okay. I could field triage her, I guess. Maybe I will. Let's use my cleric's field triage. Doesn't heal for, it only heals for about 50 health, which is kind of just a drop in the bucket right now. Yeah, 40 health.
Hey.
But okay, and in we go. Oh, a scripted event. First one in a really long time. The massive stone door of this tower is sealed, and there doesn't appear to be any way of opening it. Speak the words you learned from the Leaden Key Acolytes. You hear rumbles and clanks from the hidden tumblers as the door unlocks. Well, that was easy. I suppose if you didn't learn those words, then you'd have to do something a little bit more difficult to unlock the door. Get to the top of the tower.
Nice and quiet.
Huh? Sure.
Just ghouls? Alright. I'm not going to use a trap then.
Quete silves mito.
Wizard.
Yeah?
Hey.
I'm ready.
All going after the monk. And some Dargles, huh?
Tell me.
Spells or no spells?
Yeah.
Who's really doing any damage is the wizard.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alright.
Yeah?
Hmm?
So again, if that was the you shouldn't be here battle check, I'd say we're in good shape.
I'll see what I can find.
Eh?
Oh, I must have misclicked by accident.
Keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
Day 7, a week of study, and we're still none the wiser about this device. Trindig remains optimistic. I still don't know what I'd do without his spirit. Trindig's letter. Dearest Mother and Father, you'll be pleased to hear that I've learned much already since coming to the city. There are many incredible ruins nearby, and Master Greg has allowed me to accompany him on a number of expeditions. I'm writing to you from inside an ancient Ingwithian tower. There's an entire district built up around it, but the locals have mostly left the tower untouched. They've let us set up temporary living quarters here so our work can continue uninterrupted. It is an unsettling place at times, but Master Greg has been a constant comfort, and he is quick to remind me that things we learn from this tower may one day help find a cure for Wademan's legacy. I better get some rest now. Mr. Greg likes to get an early start on the day. This is his spirit? Oh, I guess that just means his enthusiasm. Not his actual ghost. Hey, when you're surrounded by
Hey.
undead all the time, you tend to think in terms of undead. What? Can you blame me? Okay, retreat. Is this the thing that the device that started all the trouble, I wonder?
Eh? No problem.
Likely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have her pull these things.
Sure.
Quae silves mit.
Ow.
No good.
I think the skeleton was it then. And then it actually handled Should have done that a long time ago. That tactic, I mean. Use my ranged attackers against their ranged attackers. They're certainly using them on
Good.
me that way.
Huh?
The melee guys killed the other melee guys. Another group in there. So this is an Ingwithian ruin, huh? Well, not ruin.
Yeah.
Structure, I guess.
Time to
would be a better
see
word.
and not be seen. Yeah. Let's go!
Quae silves mito.
Yes.
Yes?
I need something stronger! Quit?
Huh? Hey.
Got it.
Huh? Huh?
Got it.
Huh?
Okay, still waiting for the hard fights.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Be cautious. Be constant.
No one's used spreading weeks. I wonder why. Could it be because everybody's dead?
Worth a look.
Any more monsters? Doesn't look like it. Causing raw damage over time. This says pierce damage over time. Maybe they changed it? Potion of power. Ooh, that's pretty good. Day 2. We've completed our measurements of the machine, thanks to Trinding's youthful agility. Further examination is required to discover its intended use. Alright, I guess we're going upstairs.
Hey.
So, which one of the two is still alive? Probably not the kid, but you never know.
Quae silves mitum.
2 Dargles, that's it?
Hmm?
Que?
The Wanderer.
Eh?
That's it!
Yeah.
Probably more of these things here, along with the rest of the pack. But always nice to kill a few of them on their own when you can. Oh yeah, I see one over here. A revenant.
I shall be discreet.
After him!
Quae silves mitum.
Got him!
2 ghouls, a Dargle, and a revenant.
Tell me,
So bad.
eh?
Hey.
Yeah.
Kill the ghouls before the other ones even get here. Yep.
Spot on!
Gargoyles don't have any real amount of points. They can stand up to my
Hey.
damage for any length of time.
Time to see and not be seen.
Alright, I think we cleared out enough of the entrance that we can start going around the room looking for traps and other things. Don't you already have a scroll of protection? You have a bunch of them, actually. Okay, we'll do that instead.
Huh?
In case my cleric goes down now, I have an emergency heal with my
Hey.
wizard.
Yeah, right. Huh?
Eh? Got it.
More ghouls. I haven't quick saved in a while, just in case you get like 15 of them.
Quae silves
About how
mitum.
many it would take to actually kill me, I think.
That's it!
Alright. Independent diagram of the Alder device running through the tower. Despite copious measurements and carefully drawn detail, it gives no indication as to its purpose. Works of the Ingwithians, a comprehensive guide.
Keeping an eye out.
I don't think it's as comprehensive as it claims to be. It's an interesting place. So we need to stash a bunch of gold. Ooh, hello.
Yeah.
Quae silves mitum.
Sure.
Yes?
Oh?
Yes?
Spot on.
Huh?
Hey.
Huh? Right.
My eyes are peeled.
Scroll of Fireball. Day 11. Finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. Bees take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, our own time. Just as I said as much to Trindig, the sky came to life with stray lightning. I said it's a good open, but the poor lad spooked. Only cure for that is a good night's sleep.
Quae silves mitum.
Oh?
I? Huh? That's it!
Yes.
Two of them?
Hey.
Ah, got him.
Hey.
Scepter is turning out to be really good.
Huh?
Alright. Day 10. Patrons go impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansions and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy. Plus 8 damage reduction for 10 attacks. Alright, that might not be as useless as I thought it was originally. Pulling, pounding, and eating machines is even stronger from up here. Alright. Wonder how many floors this tower has. 3, 4, 5. Probably not more than 5, I wouldn't think. Alright.
Eyes open.
Let's try this configuration. Still nothing. Confounded device.
Who is this? Aldham. Oh, he's the one who survived. There to be any traps near him. Alright, well, let's see what he has to say for himself. A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice you until your shadow falls over him. When he turns to see you, he snarls and scuttles behind the Audra pedestal. Only his bared teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds a hand in front of his face.
Shouldn't be here. What do you want?
Tell me what happened here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He smashes a fist into the Audra pillar. His hand makes a crunching noise, but doesn't bleed.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Research. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
If I had a copper skewed for every fool animancer whose thirst for knowledge led to disaster, well, I never would have ended up in Gilded Vale, that's for sure. Keep talking.
Something happened on our 11th night. Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight.
So, you activated the machine and then killed them.
And the machine, this cursed spire, dormant for 2,000 years, lifeless through hundreds of our experiments, and we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start? Years I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat. No time to slow down. But I can explain. Hold a magnet over iron splinters and they stick, yes? Rub your hand over weir wool and the hair of your head will follow it. So it is with this machine.
This machine attracts souls, huh?
It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglonfath? No. Focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
So, I'm suspecting there's another one of these machines that's causing the Waidwin's legacy. There was a stranger in the tower the night this happened?
I didn't see him. My assistant, he saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
You're not like the rest of them, though.
Not yet. But I will be. My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply. I'm not proud of any of it. Hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction. Picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster. You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
What happened to the rest of your team?
By the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time when the hunger struck. And there was hardly anyone left.
They ate each other.
Not your help I need. It's Herodin, shrew. Squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
She wasn't here then my machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near. Too good to be burdened with our eating company. Alright, I'll get the words.
Yes. Acantha. She was here. In the district. Probably here still. Always prepared. Clever lady, that one. And perhaps you'll bring me something. Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
I wonder if I could have brought the little girl up here to feed to him. Probably. It's too late for that now, though.
Hey.
That would be just about the most evil thing I could ever imagine doing. Luring a little girl up to the top of a tower to feed to a ravenous ghoul. I guess there's more evil things that I could be doing, but that's pretty bad. Alright.
You return.
I need
What
the
have you
word.
come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the Ingwithian machine. Fool Aldem, he sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
Problems in Heritage Hill are bigger than your rivalry, Acantha. What do I care? I prepared myself for an eventuality such as this, and I can assure you those dwindling souls in the streets are beyond caring as well. Fine. I'll appeal to her pride. Humble him now by demonstrating the value of your research. Tell me the name.
Ternuneth. It's called Ternuneth. They built the machine atop it to contain souls, hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
Why would they have wanted to tether souls like
Perhaps
this?
they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Engwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this was one such experiment.
So you're saying this was a giant mistake? I'm not buying it. Where would they move these souls?
Another mystery. Hypothetically, anywhere they wished. The real question, as always, is why? To intermix them the way a player shuffles his deck, the way a farmer rotates his fields? To collect them, like butterflies under glass? To melt them down for raw essence? Unfortunately, I don't know.
You seem to know a lot about this place.
I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Aldhelm try to read them like instructions, and in so doing, they miss their true meaning completely.
Alright, tell me how, bottom line, how do you operate this machine?
Back to these tinkers' concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
Release them.
So you say. And just what would you release them to? They'd abandon their existence here for another somewhere else, equally aimless and meaningless.
I could help you, but I won't. Here I have specimens aplenty and time enough to observe them all. It's every scientist's dream. My answer is no. You're dead. Why does any of this matter? Because my research will outlive me. I'll have time and opportunity to accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. And who will know about it? All I've learned, years of studying the Igwithian language. No one understands it better for me. That counts for something. Your opportunities here are finite. One day, all that knowledge will die with you. You're wrong. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Teach me what you know. I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench your pride, and all that remains is black and diamond-hard rock. You cast it away where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours.
Thank you.
These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long buried. You can see a vast array of runes, far more than Ecantha has shown you, and you know their sound and their meaning and how they fit together. The language of Anguith once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge, then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
Explain how they work, please. Okay. So what do I do with it now that I know the words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
Okay. So, it sounds like I've got a bunch of options here. I can release the souls and leave the machine intact. I can release the souls and destroy the machine. Or I can somehow harvest the essence of the souls and use it in some way. Perhaps to make myself more powerful. Is this machine evil? Well, that's an interesting philosophical question. Supposedly, I mean, it's just what you do with it that matters, but at the same time, like, could you do anything positive with a machine that harvests souls? Binds them to people's bodies? Perhaps it has some other use that I don't know about. At the same time, it is tempting to harvest their essence, I have to admit. Alden works much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely and sores have eaten away patches of his skin at the joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eye.
Flesh.
I need to send a victim to him. I don't want his help. I'd be perfectly happy to kill him. Alright.
Hey.
A jagged Audra pillar rises in front of you, encased in stonework and run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize words for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a means of throttling the device. So I can overload it or not. I will not overload it. Then words leave your lips, the dial sinks into the Audra under your hand. Something like a thunderclap sounds overhead. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant.
Still and silent. It's finally over.
Do I just leave you here? I guess so. That completed Undying Heritage. Alright. Guess I'm done here. Oh, I should have said leave. Oh no. Well, so would leave mean leave the tower, or would leave mean don't use the staircase? I think leave would mean don't use the staircase. So I first chose the correct option. Alright. Just got a couple of loose ends to tie up. There, that's the nice man who helped me. And thank the Iron Arm for it. You sorted out at the keep. Tower, it's off. Does this mean the curse on Heritage Hill is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I think it will be some time before anyone will be willing to settle on the district again. But at least we can get started on restoring it. Of course, he could just come back and set it to hold again. But I might find a use for it later as well. So I need to go to Hadrit House in Brackenbury. I need to go to speak to Willa.
Hey.
At the Crucible. Let's go to First Fires first. I can rest in Brackenbury after I speak to Willa. And then probably start heading out to Deerford Village.
Of course.
So I wonder if my actions affect Pellegrina's aura. I don't think they do, but but I admit I'm not really sure. I can't remember what the quest was I was supposed to do with these guys. I might go talk to the main guy again and see what he tells me about it. I think Willa's in here. Yeah. Oh, and there's the little girl. The guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I've gotten rid of her. By the flame, you found her? My missing commander? She was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? It doesn't make sense, but nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? They didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops. And Commander Lyra. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Farewell. She's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles slyly. What did you want me to do again? Anselon's compass. That's right. Get some experience for that. My reputation with Defiance Bay go up at all? I'm now a hero with them. Maybe I can get into the archive now? It's in this district, I might as well try. Is like a wrong turn here somewhere? Sort of. Alright, well we'll just poke across the way there, go into the Ducal Palace and see if they'll let me into the archives yet. Gain any other reputations? I don't think so. Alright. Will you let me into the archives? Ah, you will. Of course, that policy for the general public. Exceptions can be made for those who've already proven their worth. The rosters are in the front, the inventories of the dead in the back. Eder leads to the book for some time, anxiously, running his thick farmhand's fingers over page after page of names. At last his hand stops, his fingers just below one name.
Woden Talej, died 18 Majavernho 2808. Third Battle of Cleaban Relog. Blazing Glonfather names, I swear. Rayet Saris? I'll be the effigy. He fought for Rayet Saris. Why'd he fight for Rayet Saris?
I don't know. You may not be meant to find out. I'm sure he had a good reason. I'm sure he had a good reason.
We gotta go there. That battlefield. Clea... the one I said. I don't know how else I'm gonna make sense of all this. I gotta see what he saw. And who knows, maybe his spirit will even be there and you can have one of your weird talks with him. And worth trying, right?
I'll help in any way I can.
I appreciate that. I wish I could say you won't regret it, but you certainly might.
Alright. So, we gotta go to Brackenbury. Talk to the old woman. And then rest in the inn. And then we'll be ready to leave Defiance Bay. As a hero of the city. Or perhaps I should say as chief errand boy of the city. I've been looking for you. You're the one who lifted the curse on Heritage Hill. My lady wishes to remain anonymous and trusted me with bringing you this pistol. It belonged to a dear friend of hers who was lost to the curse. Your part in reclaiming Heritage Hill, my lady wishes you to have it. Here, it may serve you well in battle. Thank you. You're quite welcome. Now I must be off. Send accurate feature your ally granted attacking the same target. 5% shock damage. 60R bypass, minus 0.3 crit. Very slow. Minus 5 accuracy, but marking. Is that better than this? Speed, damaging. No, this is better for raw damage. This would be better if I had somebody who's going to use a pistol all the time. The only candidate would be Alioth. I don't think he is, so I'm just going to stash the pistol. Oh, I didn't know that. They were designed by our backers. That's cool. We got to design an NPC. Some of those people wrote really good stories. Alright, Lady Webb.
How fares your search? Well, let's hear it.
The Igwithian Tower in Heritage Hill contains an ancient machine that can control the flow of souls. The Leaden Key activated it.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since. The Leaden Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The applications of this machine you speak of, I don't want to think about it. That isn't enough to take to the Duke, but we're close. Avar Wolfgren is a cautious man. He will want to know everything possible before being moved to action.
Alright. You get any experience for that? No. Alright, so normally I would probably do the resting off camera, But since we just finished a major part of the quest, there might be a vision or something the next time I rest. So probably not, but just to be safe, so I don't miss anything important on the video, I'll extend this episode long enough for me to run over and rest in the inn. I'm going the right way, right? Yeah. Oh, there's a fast mode, huh? Maybe I should figure out what the hotkey is for that.
Hail and well met.
Let's see your rooms. Really? Well, that's alright. I have enough money to spend the night in an expensive room. So I can have +4 intellect on all my characters, or +2 perception and +1 survival on all my characters. This is only really useful on one of my characters. This is useful on several of them, so let's do this. Alright, and doesn't look like we got any more visions. So, this is where I'm going to end this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to see all the future videos that I put out. Either way, though, I hope everybody out there has a terrific day.